Good morning, boys and girls. Welcome back to the eastern wing of the Stink Bug Works. There hasn't been a whole lot of visible progress since the last time. What I have done is I have worn out several bits of this 2000 grit wet or dry. You throw on a couple of drops of water and you sand away at an area, and I've been gradually working on it. This Rust-Oleum, it has its good features and its bad features. One of its good features is when it's dry or dry enough, it sands out really nicely. You can get a nice surface on it. It does quite well. What I don't like about it is it takes forever to completely gas out. And if you shoot clear over Rust-Oleum that hasn't completely gassed out, you run the risk of that clear coat crazing stuff. Now, one way you can get around it is to spray the clear coat real light and thin to where you're back 18 inches and you're spraying this light mist that's half dry by the time it settles on here, and it'll leave a nice orange peel surface, but it won't craze the paint underneath. So, your best bet, just let this stuff get good and dry. In fact, you've seen cartoons of a drawing out in the desert, and there's a cactus, a saguaro cactus, and there's always a cow's skull right there. Well, this needs to dry out like that cow's skull. It needs to bake out in the desert sun for a long time before you shoot the clear on it. And once you've done that, this paint will be hard as a rock. The clear will go on and it'll be, just great. But you have to wait and wait and wait for it to be just great. So this spends a lot of time out in the hammock, out in the in the southern wilderness, but that's a good place for it. And every now and then I pick it up and I attack it with some sandpaper, and there's a couple of places where I've gone through the wood. You see a little spot right there, another little spot right there, and there may or may not be another one. But what I've been doing is I've just been shooting a bit of primer. There was some, you can see the edge of the wood here, so I shot a little primer on it. Then when I go to paint it again, the first misting of the tack coat, I'll aim right here first, and I'll spray it from, way out here, and just get a light coating on this, and then come back and treat it as, now we're going to paint the boat, and it'll all blend in real good. So there we go. We're getting close. I mean, I'm working on the base for the surface finish. That's getting close. So the object here is you want it smooth and shiny. No orange peel, no nothing. You want it looking like a molded plastic hull. And still thinking about him too. And this I thought was dry, and I shot it, and it crazed a little bit on this corner right here. So it's going to go hang out in the southern wilderness as well. Until next time, boys and girls, jet out.